guys, welcome to Karma Yoga Studio. Today we're going to be doing an intermediate yoga flow together. All you'll need is your yoga mat, a block if you need it for any modifications, and then just some water to keep hydrated. So we're going to start off today at the back of our mat. We're going to come to a position of feet hip width apart. Okay, and we're going to start by rolling the shoulders back, opening up the palms, and then we're just going to start to bring awareness to our breath. So maybe if we're comfortable closing our eyes, starting to breathe in and out through the nose, or in through the nose and out through the mouth. Bringing that focus to our breath so we're letting go of anything outside of these four walls. Allowing our presence to just be here on our mats today. Reminding yourself to listen to your body and whatever it needs in each moment, honoring it, and just letting yourself be present on your yoga mat today. Starting to soften any tension we're holding in our bodies, and then just start to root down all the way into the feet. Maybe starting to shift weight side to side if that feels good as we root down into the earth. And then coming back to stillness. Slowly, whenever you're ready, opening up your eyes. We're going to start to inhale, sweep the arms, reach all the way up, engage the core, tuck that tailbone, stretching up nice and tall, feeling that length here. And then as we exhale, we're going to release over to the right side. Inhaling back to center, exhale over to the left side. Inhale back to center. And as we exhale, we're going to come into Tadasana, hands come to the heart, recentering ourselves, finding your breath. Slowly, we're going to inhale, sweep the arms, reach all the way up. And as we exhale, take a full fold, noticing how tight we feel here, and then seeing what we can release throughout our practice. Maybe just shifting weight around on the feet, noticing how that feels down the calves, down the backs of the legs. And then slowly from here, we're going to come to stillness, softening into the knees, letting go of the neck, releasing into ragdoll, maybe just swaying side to side, arms are heavy. Feeling that full release of all the tension. And then as we come to stillness, we're going to slowly start to stack the spine, one vertebrae at a time, rolling all the way up to mountain, opening up the palms, releasing the shoulders. And then just slowly from here, we're going to inhale, sweep the arms. Exhale, take another fold. And then from here, we're going to heel to our feet so that they're mat width apart. And then again, just shifting weight forward and back if that feels good. Utilize that block if you need to lift the floor up to you. And then this time we're going to walk over to the right side. And then slowly over to the left side. Coming back to center, heel toeing our feet back to hip width apart. Beautiful, and just feel that stretch here, maybe releasing a little bit deeper now. And then bend the knees, inhale, sweep the arms, reach all the way up. Exhaling, hands down into Tadasana to heart center. We're gonna come into some energizing breaths here to get that blood flowing and circulation going so we can get our bodies prepped for this flow. So feet are hip width apart. We're connecting a lot with breath here. If we start to get a little dizzy, just come down into a squat pose to help recenter yourself. So as we inhale, we sweep the arms all the way up in through the nose. And as we exhale, we do a ha breath through the mouth and send the arms to the back, bending at the knees, doing a big release. So inhale through the nose, ha breath through the mouth and release. And doing this at your own pace here. Feeling that deep release each time. nice and tall, and then as we exhale, we're going to take a swan dive forward, open up that chest, length down the legs, and then slowly forward fold. From here, we're going to plant the hands, bend the knees. We're going to walk forward into downward dog. So coming into our down dog, we're going to engage belly button to spine, stretching out those legs, dropping the heels down, and then start to walk back and forth. Notice how tight we feel. And also notice how our body feels now that we did those energizing breaths. And then coming to stillness. Sinking down the heels. We're going to inhale forward into high plank, strong in the shoulders, drop the bum, keeping a nice strong plank here. And then from here, we're going to either drop the knees or chaturanga, lowering all the way down, elbows tucked. Inhale for cobra, shoulders roll back. Beautiful, feeling that length here, noticing our spine. Taking a few deep breaths while we're here. And then exhale, slow and controlled, releasing all the way back down. Tucking the toes, making our way back into downward dog. We're going to bend the knees slightly, and we're going to walk our hands back towards the body, and then inhale, sweep the arms, reaching all the way back up. Exhale into Tadasana. We're going to repeat that a few times. So we're going to come into our downward dog. We're walking forward to downward dog, and then releasing back into a plank and repeating that transition. So inhale, sweep the arms. Going at your own pace here. Exhale, take a fold. Bending the knees, walking forward into down dog. Engage the core. Sink down the heels. Inhale forward into high plank. And then exhale, chaturanga, or drop the knees into that full cobra. Feeling that length. Exhale to release. Tucking the toes, coming back into downward dog. And then walking our hands slowly back towards the body. Inhale, sweep the arms. Exhale to Tadasana. Feeling that strength here as we inhale, sweep the arms. Exhale to fold. Bending the knees, walking forward back into downward dog. Sinking down the heels. Inhale forward into high plank. Exhale, drop the knees or chaturanga, lowering all the way down. Inhale for a big cobra, or halfway if that feels better. Exhale to release. Tucking the toes, making our way back into down dog. Bending the knees slightly as we walk our hands back towards the body. Inhale, sweep the arms. Exhale to Tadasana. Now we're feeling our body energizing. We're starting to feel that blood flow. Inhale, sweep the arms. Exhale, take a fold. Keep that core engaged. Bend the knees, walking forward into down dog. Sinking down the heels. Inhale forward into high plank. Drop the bum. Drop the knees or chaturanga, lowering all the way down. Inhale for that cobra. Shoulders roll back. Noticing how our spine feels now. Slowly releasing here, tucking the toes, coming back into down dog. This time we're going to sink into our downward dog, walk out the legs. Coming to stillness. We're going to inhale forward to the tippy toes. Holding strong, keeping on the tippy toes. We're going to take that left foot to the center, inhale the right leg all the way up. Exhale to release. Walk that right foot to center, keep on the tippy toes, and then left leg reaches all the way up. Feeling that length here. Exhale to release, and then sink the heels back down. Inhale to the tippy toes. Exhale, release into child's pose. Knees to the edge, toes to touch. Melt the chest and forehead down. Releasing in our child's pose here for a few breaths, feeling that length through the arms, rooting down through the hands. 2 more full breaths here. Draw that left hand in slightly as we inhale that right arm all the way up. Exhale, thread it through the left side, lower to the right ear, right shoulder. And that thread the needle in our child's pose. Notice the shoulders here. Notice the spine. 2 more full breaths. Pressing into the left hand as we inhale that right arm all the way up. Exhale to release. And inhaling the left arm all the way up. And as we exhale, thread that through the right side, lower to the left ear, left shoulder. Softening in our child's pose on the other side. And again, notice this shoulder versus the other. Two more full breaths. Pressing into the right hand as we inhale that left arm all the way up. And then planting that left hand down, lift the bum, tuck the toes. We're going to press our way back into down dog. Belly button comes to spine, walk out the legs. Planting the feet down. We're going to shift into the left side, inhale that right leg all the way up. 3-legged dog, keep that nice lift. Exhale, knee to chest and hold. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, knee to chest and hold. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhaling into runners, plant the right foot up to the right hand. Shoulders roll back, readjusting here. Making sure we find that length down the left side. Planting that right knee directly over the right ankle. And just find your breath here. Holding our runner's pose. Noticing that left leg, how that feels. We're going to plant the left hand down. Inhale for a twist, right arm reaches all the way up. Exhale to release. Left foot comes to an angle, drop the heel. Right hand to the inside of the right foot. Left arm reaches all the way up. Feeling length across the chest. And making sure to keep breathing here. Let's take the left hand to the low back. Open up the left shoulder, or take a bind if that's part of your practice. Feeling yourself root down for extra balance. And then slowly releasing back into runners. We want to keep the hips forward. That left heel is up off the mat. We're going to peel up slightly. Arms reaching to the back. Crown of the head comes forward as if we're launching off. Holding strong. Beautiful. Now we're going to rise all the way up into warrior one. Feel that burn down that right leg. Breathe it out. Holding strong. Beautiful. Exhale, arms to a T shape. Release the arms here as we take a nice big step forward. Walk out the hips. We're going to feel that down that right side. Drawing our feet hip width apart. We're going to inhale, sweep the arms, reach all the way up. Exhale, take a fold. Bending the knees, take a jump or step back to plank. Strong here. Keep holding. Either drop the knees or chaturanga, lowering all the way down. Inhale for that big cobra, halfway or full. Shoulders roll back. Find your breath. Keeping the elbows tucked as we lower back down. Tuck the toes, making our way back into down dog. This time planting that right foot to center. Inhale the left leg all the way up. Point the toes. 3-legged dog. Get that nice lift. Exhale, knee to chest and hold. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, knee to chest and hold. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhaling into runners. Left foot to left hand. Again, adjusting however you need to once we get there. Feel that length down the right side. Holding strong in our runners. We're going to hold this for a little extra. Sinking down that right heel. And again, notice that right leg this time. Plant the right hand. Inhale the left arm for a twist. Exhale to release. Right foot comes to an angle, drop the heel. Left hand to the inside of the left foot. Right arm reaches all the way up for another twist. Releasing that right hand to the low back, open up the right shoulder. Or if a bind is part of your practice here, coming into a bind, really open up the chest. Finding your balance through rooting down into the feet. Exhale to release, coming back into runners. Again, keeping still here, we're keeping that right heel up off the mat. Okay, as we peel the chest up, arms reach back into a big wingspan. Crown of the head comes forward as if we're launching off. Keep breathing, holding strong. Inhale up into warrior one. Feel the release of the shoulders. Maybe the burn through that left leg. Should feel good, never painful. Exhale, arms to a T shape here, lots of balance. Release the arms, take a big step forward, walk out that left side. Coming to stillness, feet are hip width apart. Inhale, sweep the arms. Exhale, take a full fold. Bend the knees, plant the hands, take a jump or step back to plank. Hold strong through the shoulders. Drop the knees or chaturanga. Elbows tucked. Inhale for that cobra, halfway or full. Exhale, slow and controlled, releasing down. This time we're going to do a little bit of a spinal warm-up. So what we're going to do is keep our feet hip width apart. Elbows are tucked. Okay, so we're going to inhale halfway. Bend the right knee, look towards the right foot, over the right shoulder. Keeping those glutes engaged. Exhale to release. Inhale halfway, bend the left knee, look towards the left shoulder. Again, glutes are engaged. Finding your breath. Exhale to release. This time we're going to bend both knees. Inhale halfway. Reach with the left hand for the left foot, right hand for the right foot. Knees are hip width apart. We're going to press our feet into the hands, lifting up slightly. Maybe squeezing shoulder blades together. Keep breathing. Looking down so we're not crunching vertebrae in the neck. Beautiful. And then exhale to release. And then this time we're going to come into a little bit of a lift here. So we're going to draw the arms forward. Okay, palms are down. Release here, and then as we inhale, we're going to lift everything up. So the palms are facing each other. We're pointing the toes. We're squeezing the glutes. We're lifting everything. Maybe arms reach back as if we're flying here. Looking down and breathing. Exhale to release, elbows tucked, tucking the toes, inhaling back into that downward dog. Looking forward at the hands, take a walk or bunny hop to the top of the mat, sending that tailbone up to the sky, forward fold. Bending the knees, releasing it all into ragdoll, let it all go. Release the neck, arms are heavy. Coming to stillness, slowly rolling up, stacking one vertebrae at a time. Making our way into mountain, shoulders roll back, palms open to the front. Recentering ourselves. As we inhale, sweep the arms. And as we exhale, we're coming into Tadasana, hands to the heart. We're shifting weight into that left leg. We're coming into stork, so that right leg reaches up into a 90-degree angle. Hips are forward. Core is strong. Keep breathing, find that focal point. And we're going to step back into our warrior two from here. So that right foot comes to the back of the mat, parallel at the back. Release into our warrior two. Maybe we get a nice low warrior two. Maybe inching down a little further. Arms reach up. See how that feels being in a nice long stance in our warrior two. Connecting with breath. Feel the strength in your warrior pose. And then from here, we're going to inhale, straighten that front leg, palms come to touch. Exhale to warrior two. Repeating at your own pace. And the next time we come down into warrior two, we're going to hold. Exhale, start to reverse our warrior, reaching all the way back. Inhaling back into warrior two. Exhale to side angle. Maybe activate that bottom arm, sending it straight out in front. Inhaling back into warrior two. Exhale, send that right hip to the back, toppling forward into Trikonasana. Feeling length here, utilize that block if we need to lift the floor up. Exhale, the right hand down to meet the left. Slowly drawing hands to the heart, taking a nice high lunge here. Hold, open up the chest. Beautiful. Slowly release the arms, take a big step forward, walk out the hips. Recentering yourself here. Again, shifting weight into the right side now. Hands come to the heart. Left leg draws up to stork. Engage the core, 90-degree angle with that left leg. Find your focal point for balance. We're going to slowly send that left foot to the back, getting into our warrior two. And if we feel good, we're going to widen that stance. So nice long warrior two. Nice and low, arms are up. Feeling that strength here. Staying here for a few moments as we just breathe and feel how strong this pose is. And then slowly start to inhale, straighten that right leg, palms to touch. Exhale to warrior two. Find your own little flow, going at your own pace. Next time we come down, we're going to hold that warrior two. Retuck the tailbone, engage the core. Exhale, reverse our warrior. Inhale to warrior two. Exhale to side angle. Activate that bottom arm if we want to send it straight out in front. And then releasing back to warrior two. Sending that left hip to the back, straightening the right leg as we topple forward into our Trikonasana. Utilize that block if we need to give ourselves a little lift here. And then slowly floating that left hand down to meet the right hand. Inhale, hands to the heart for a nice high lunge. So that foot is still parallel at the back of the mat, so we get that nice stretch down that left leg. Open up the chest. Release the arms, take a big step forward, and then release it out. Grab your water here if you need it. We're going to come into a couple of balanced poses together. So, first one we're going to come into is tree pose. I love this one. It's just nice and simple. Not saying simple means easy, but it's one of my favorite balances. So we're going to start off by planting down that right leg, right foot, finding that focal point in front of you, something that's not going to move, something you can keep focused on. Some people like the floor or eye level. Shifting weight to the right side as we draw that left leg up, all the way or just to the calf. Never on the knee. Lengthen in the spine here, tucking that right hip in, hands to the heart, open up the chest. Find your breath. Really connect here, centering yourself. If we're a little bit breezy in our tree, that's okay. And if you fall out, you can always come back into it. Maybe branch out those tree branches, spreading our fingertips nice and wide. Beautiful. Maybe reaching the arms all the way up, palms to touch. And as we exhale into Tadasana, we're going to draw that left knee forward first, holding here, and then release. Walk out the hips. Rooting down through that left side, find that focal point. Shifting weight as we draw that right leg all the way up or onto the calf. You can even kickstand, just never on the knee. Draw that left hip in. Lengthen in the spine here, hands to the heart, open up the chest. Lots of things to think about. Crown of the head is lifting all the way up. And if we're breezy again, that's fine. Notice if one side feels very different than the other. Start to branch out those tree branches, spreading our fingertips nice and wide. Keep breathing. And then slowly reach all the way up, palms come to touch. And then as we exhale into Tadasana, hands come to the heart. Draw that right knee forward first. And then release, walking it all out. Beautiful. Coming back to the top of our mats. Excellent. From here, what we're going to do is we're going to shift weight into the right side, drawing that left leg back into stork, but this time arms are forward, core is engaged. Beautiful. This time we're going to extend that left foot to the back, all the way to the back of the mat. Then we're going to swivel so that both feet are kind of parallel at the edges of the mat. We want to tuck that tailbone in, lengthen in the spine, release the shoulders, and then slowly come into a flat back. So feel length down the legs here. Beautiful. Slowly release the hands. Again, you can utilize that block if you need to give yourself a little lift, or if it feels good to plant the hands. Maybe even widen our stance a little bit if that feels nice. Release the neck. And then just shifting weight forward and back. Notice how the legs feel, especially after those warrior ones. Then we're going to take the left hand to the right ankle. Inhale the right arm to reach all the way up for a twist. Exhale to release. Right hand to the left ankle. Left arm reaches all the way up for a twist. Exhale to release. From here, we're going to draw the heels in slightly. We're going to do a little bend in the knees. And then from here, so if you need to heel toe in a little bit closer together, you can. Bend the knees, start to roll all the way up. We're going to make our way into goddess. So bending at the knees, tuck that tailbone, strengthen here in the core, arms reach up. We're going to hold that goddess. Beautiful. Maybe checking out those elbows, make sure they're not dropped down. Excellent. Inhale to rise, making that little diamond shape with the hands. Exhale back to goddess. Find your own little flow here as we lift and lower. Keep the core tight, tailbone tucked. Two more. And hold. And then slowly we're going to drop the right elbow over to the right knee. Inhale back to center. Left elbow to left knee. Inhale back to center. Right elbow to right knee. Inhale back to center. Left elbow to left knee. Inhale back to center and hold. Again, those legs are probably burning. Feels good, shouldn't feel any pain. Inhale to rise. Slowly sweep the arms all the way up, and as we exhale, take a fold. Plant the hands. We're gonna take a little bunny hop so that we're frog width apart, or frog hop, I guess, so that our feet are coming into a malasana or squat pose. So roll the shoulders back. Want to recenter ourselves here. And then from here, we're gonna take that left hand to the right ankle. Inhale the right arm to reach up for a nice little twist. If it feels good to wrap that right hand all the way around to the other side to open up a little deeper, you can. And then slowly release back to center. Right hand to the left ankle. Left arm reaches up for another twist. And again, if it feels good to take that left hand to the other side to open up the chest a little deeper. And then exhale to release. Now, if crow is part of your practice, you're welcome to come into crow from here. But if it's not part of your practice, then we're going to do a little hip opener weight shift here. So what we're going to do is plant the hands down, and then we're just going to come up to the tippy toes. And then we're going to use our insides of the knees and resting them on the backs of the arms. And then just shift weight forward slightly. And you can feel your hips opening up here. We should be on the tippy toes. Maybe press a little lower if that feels good. We're really opening up the hips, getting that nice stretch. And then maybe slowly come back. We can drop the heels back down. Notice how that feels in the feet too. It's like a really nice foot stretch. Okay, and again, if crow is part of your practice and you're still feeling really good and nice and strong, you can come back into crow. Or if not, we're gonna shift weight back into the hands, lift up to the tippy toes, and then draw those legs over top of the arms, bending at the elbow. Maybe drop the chest down a little lower, feeling that openness in the chest, or sorry, in the hips. And then release back down. Beautiful. So from here, we're going to shift weight back into the hands. We're going to lift up the bum, and we're going to step back into downward dog. Okay, so we're stepping into downward dog. We're walking out any tension. Bending the knees back and forth. Beautiful. Looking forward at the hands. Again, take that walker bunny hop back to the top of the mat. Inhale, sweep the arms, reach all the way up. Exhale, take another fold. Bending the knees. Inhale, sweep the arms, reach all the way up. And as we exhale, coming into Tadasana. From here, we're going to shift weight into the left side. We're going to start to draw that right leg all the way up into stork. And then we're going to send that right leg to the back as we topple forward into our warrior three pose. Lifting that right leg up as far as we're comfortable. Beautiful. Slowly step that right foot back down. Shifting into the right side. Draw that left leg up into stork, point the toes, send the left leg to the back, toppling forward into our warrior three, lengthen here, point the toes if that feels good, or you can flex the foot, and then step that left leg back. Inhale, sweep the arms, exhale, take a fold. Bend the knees, take a jumper step back to plank. Drop the knees or chaturanga, lowering all the way down. Inhale for that cobra. Shoulders roll back. Exhale to release. Let's breathe here in Sphinx pose for a few breaths. So coming to the forearms. We can even draw the feet about hip width apart. Roll the shoulders back. Feeling your breath connection. And notice now how the spine feels after we've kind of come towards the end of our practice. See if it feels a little bit more kind of less tense, or if we have a little bit more movement in the spine. And then we're going to just slowly release back down. Elbows are tucked, coming back to downward dog. Shifting into the left side, inhale the right leg all the way up, three-legged dog, point the toes, And this time we're going to make our way into pigeon, but first we're going to draw that right knee over to the right elbow and hold. Inhale to three-legged dog. Exhale the right knee to the left elbow and hold. Inhale, three-legged dog. And then exhale, releasing into pigeon. So right knee up to the right hand. Walk that left leg back. Roll the shoulders back. Checking out that alignment with that left ankle and hip. Staying here or start to lower down. You can always utilize that block under that right bum cheek if we need to. Notice your body and how it feels here. Two more full breaths. Slowly pressing into the hands, roll the shoulders back. You can always stay in pigeon a little longer if that felt good, or you can tuck the toes, stepping back into down dog, walking out the tension, and then shifting weight to the right side. Inhale that left leg all the way up, point the toes, three-legged dog. Exhale that knee to chest and hold. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale the left knee to the left elbow and hold. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale the left knee to the right elbow and hold. Inhale, three-legged dog. And then exhale into pigeon. So left knee to left hand. Roll the shoulders back, walk that right leg back. Check out that right hip and ankle, that it's in alignment. We can take that the block under the left hip if we need to, or start to lower down if that feels good. Connecting back with breath. Notice this side versus the other. Two more full breaths here. Pressing into the hands, roll the shoulders back. You can stay in pigeon a little longer, or tuck the right toes, stepping back to down dog, and then walking out any tension. Release the shoulders, really feel that nice stretch. And then slowly release the knees down, making our way to tabletop, making sure to suck that belly button into the spine as we work back and forth through cat and cow, connecting with breath. Two more. And then coming to stillness, we're going to make our way onto our bums. We're going to come into a little bit of a twist. So sitting cross-legged if that is comfortable for us. If it's not, you can have the legs out to either side as well. So just sitting up nice and tall. If you're like me, your stuff is all over the place. That's okay. Roll the shoulders back, tall through the spine. Let's take that left hand to the right knee, right hand to the back. Open up the right shoulder, tall here. If that left knee pulls up, just drop it back down. Exhale, releasing back to center. Right hand to the left knee, left hand to the back. Open up that left shoulder, tall through the spine. If one of the knees drop or lifted up, just drop them back down. exhale to release back to center. From here, we're going to make our way down into a Shavasana for our final pose. So making our way down onto our mats, getting nice and comfortable. And if we have low back issues, we can always bend the knees, feet are hip width apart, or if we feel good, releasing the legs all the way down, opening up the palms to the ceiling, maybe closing our eyes, connecting back with breath. Softening any tension our bodies may still be holding on to. Thanking our bodies for all it does for us in our practice. Sending each and every part of our body the love and light that it deserves. 2 more full breaths here. Maybe take a full body stretch if that feels good, or we can always bend at the elbows if our shoulders are tight. Slowly start to draw the knees in towards the chest, coming into little boat pose, rocking side to side, releasing the spine and low back. And then rolling onto your right side, you can take 3 resting breaths before meeting me in a seated position. And once you've come to seated, just releasing your palms open, releasing the shoulders. Again, thanking yourself for carving out this time today for your practice. Drawing our hands up to the center between the eyes, bowing down in full gratitude. Drawing our hands back to our hearts. And thank you all so much for joining me in today's practice. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Peace Peace Peace. Namaste. Thank you all so much for joining me in today's practice. I had such a good time with you guys, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.